It's time for the Margin Matters Minute with Money Man Jason Brown.
All right, welcome back to the channel. Jason Brown here. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you are new, thank you so much. I really appreciate you stopping by, and I hope that you learned something. That's always my goal here. And if you are a returning viewer, I really appreciate your support. So today's topic is hidden college expenses, and this topic is actually a section taken out of my current book, which is titled "It Is Possible: How I Earned 2 Debt-Free Degrees and How You Can Too." So this is actually just straight out of the book, and I'll link that book description below if you want to check that out. But I wanted to share this because I thought it was really relevant information, because I think most people, when they're looking at the cost of college, they're just really looking at the tuition, the books, maybe how much, just the main things, right? Tuition, books, room and board, stuff like that. But there's so many other expenses that are involved in a college experience and education that you really need to budget and plan for. So I've narrowed my list down to a top 6 list. I have the top 6 hidden costs of college, and of course there's so many more. And if you know of others that aren't on my list, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to see them so everybody else can prepare for those as well. But the first one, the number 1 on my list, is application fees. So this is before you even get to college, right? So you have to apply for the privilege to be enrolled in the college. They have to accept you. So the application, every college is going to have a different form of application process, but they're going to charge you for that. There's a nominal fee. Now, most colleges, it's going to be between maybe $40 to $100, depending on the level of prestige of the college. So some of these smaller colleges that may not be very well known, they'll take any and all enrollment. So they might charge you $25, $30 for an application fee, when maybe some of these bigger schools that there's so much competition for everyone wants to go there, they could probably get away with charging you around $100 for an application fee. Now, the issue that you need to be aware of is if you are applying for multiple colleges, that's where this can really add up. So if you have narrowed your college list down to 25 colleges and you're going to apply for all of them, you can see how this can add up. If these are around $100 an application fee, you're looking at $2,500. So you want to be really mindful of what or really how many schools that you want to apply for. Maybe narrow that list down, because you are going to be paying for that application fee, and it will add up quickly. So second reason, the second hidden college expense is clubs and organization fees. So this could be anything from sororities, fraternities, clubs, sports, any type of extracurricular activities that has any type of membership fee or cost associated with it. So for example, UCLA estimates that the average annual cost of room, board, and dues to be about $7,650 for sororities. This is for their sororities and fraternities. So they're saying sororities about $7,650, and so for their fraternities, their average is $8,328. So you can see it's a pretty significant cost. Now, I mentioned club sports before. Some club sports have annual dues of $2,500 a year. I think that was Texas A&M's average cost for their, if you wanted to get involved in a club sport at Texas A&M. But of course, all those costs are going to differ per campus, per school. But really, just any extracurricular or club or organization that you want to be involved with, there's going to be a cost associated with that. So you got to take that into account. So let's move on to the next one. Number 3, my third hidden college expense is going to be furniture and decor, right? So if you are planning on living on an on-campus or off-campus apartment, or even if you're or a dorm or anything like that, guess what? You might have to furnish that. Now, I do know that some of these campus apartments do come pre-furnished. So that's probably worked into the cost of the monthly rental rate. But if you're getting an off-campus apartment and that's not really associated with the university or college that you're going to, it's probably going to be an empty apartment, and you're going to be responsible for furnishing that. And that's going to cost money. couches, beds, end tables, lamps, all that stuff, TV, all your entertainment stuff, TVs, video game systems, whatever, dining room table. Furniture is expensive, but you can save a lot of money on that if you buy used furniture, Craigslist, your Facebook Marketplace, whatever, Nextdoor classifieds, of people selling, or maybe even giving away. You might find some people giving away furniture or selling it at a very cheap cost, and that's a good way to save a lot of money on your furniture expenses when you're in college. And if you just need a coffee table, no sense going out buying a brand new coffee table. You can just get a nice used one and save a tremendous amount of money there. So that's a cost you need to take into account. The next one, the fourth one, is traveling. So this specifically is traveling to and from home. So if you attend a college out of town, out of state, or out of your hometown, there's going to be some travel costs, assuming that you're going to come back and visit your parents and your family and friends from your hometown. We'll just assume that you want to do that. So, and this could be really costly if you end up going to college across the country or out of a different region, and you end up having to fly back and forth for holidays, birthdays, when you're out for summer break and you want to come back and see your old high school friends, or even if you're going to drive, how much is that going to cost for gas and time, and where are you going to stay? Are you going to stay at your parents' house, or do you have to get a hotel? Stuff like that. So all those traveling expenses need to take into account. Maybe put together a budget. Hey, do you want to travel for Thanksgiving? Are you going to go home for Christmas or New Year's or for your birthday, or see your siblings on their birthdays? There's a lot of occasions that you might want to travel back home to see your family. So that is going to be a cost that you want to take into account. Now the next one, looking at my list here, my little list, number 5. We're on number 5. This is going to be studying abroad or other travel. So a lot of people have opportunities to study abroad, which is just a tremendous experience, learning experience, as well as you're learning different cultures. Sometimes you're learning new languages. So these are invaluable experiences as part of a college education, but it comes with a cost. Now, the average, for example, Northwestern University estimates that a year studying abroad in Brazil will cost $21,000 for students, while a summer abroad in the University of Georgia's UGA in Buenos Aires program costs a little over $4,200 plus $3,000 in tuition and fees. So again, great opportunity if you have the chance to study abroad. And a lot of these are longer term. It might be a 1 or 2 year term, or sometimes it might just be for a semester. It really depends on your college program that you're doing it through. Obviously, the longer you're studying there, the more cost it's going to be, right? So you just got to be careful in planning for those extra expenses if you're going to study abroad. So the last one, the 6th and final hidden college expense from my list is health insurance and medical costs. Now, you might think, well, my kid, or if you're going to college, hey, I'm still on my parents' insurance plan. Well, that's good because most students can stay on their parents' insurance plan while they're in college, especially when they're going through undergrad. I think it's up to maybe 25 or 26 years old. Of course, that changes a lot in the United States. But for those who do not have the opportunity to be on their parents' health insurance plans, the students that do not have health coverage through their parents, some schools may require you to sign up for their individual health plans. And I know this is done in New York, for example. New York University automatically enrolls students in its school-sponsored healthcare plan, and they're gonna charge you anywhere around $2,000 a semester to have the health insurance. So that's something that you need to take into account. And this, I think, varies state by state and maybe school by school. But you want to just take that into account. If you don't have health insurance and the school that you're going to or the state that you're in requires that for the school that you're attending, that has to be taken into account for. Now, there may be a situation where you can opt out of that or waive that if you don't want to sign up for it. So that you'll need to do your due diligence and research that if you are in that situation. So those are my top 6 hidden college expenses. There are so many more of them, and if you have some that aren't on my list, please put them in the comments below so we can share ideas and prepare our budgets for going to college. So until next time, this is Jason Brown saying thanks so much for supporting me. If you want to learn more about my endeavors, you can go to my website, which is yourmarginmatters.com. There you can check out my books, my blogs, my videos, etc. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I would truly appreciate your support in that way as well. And I really appreciate, hope you learned something. And like I said, drop a comment below if you have some items that weren't on my list. I'd love to see them. So until next time, Jason Brown saying thanks so much. And remember, it's not the amount of money you make, it's the margin that matters the most. We'll see you next time.